Okay guys, this video is entitled Why I Lament the Demise of Tank Companies, and in this case specifically a champion company. As you all know, this option is no longer available in World of Tanks, and for me it was without question the most fun thing that I was involved in. Clan wars were awesome sometimes, but you knew the map and you could bring an extremely unbalanced team, and the tactics were often deprecated in favor of an all-out brawl by 30 vehicles in a tiny confined space. No subtlety, no finesse, no matching of wits, just duking it out at close range, a sort of a shootout at the OK Corral, which can be fun, but that's not my thing. And they took this out of the game and they replaced it with Strongholds, which meant that arty was no longer of any or very little significance. You can try to do it, but it's hard. It's much harder. A Tier 4 light tank can no longer scout like crazy and use its speed to do all sorts of interesting and subtle things that add to the tactical variety of the situation, and to me they're more mentally stimulating, and you'll see that in a few minutes here. Now there's a lot of people, this is August 21st 2013, guys. That's over 3 years ago, but Argo's still here. Maker's in retirement. Who knows if he'll return to the game. KZ Bay is still a active performer. BTO comes and goes. Argo is still around. One Finger is still around. And some famous names from the past: Steel Ghost, Gambaroo, Bayomain, the Clan Hopper, Forge 9, who is also Canadian, actually lived in British Columbia, and somebody I didn't like, Chuck 90. I won't get into that. So in a tank company, very often, especially on an open map, there'd be a battle of wits, and not much would happen, at least initially. Now, if I was commanding that enemy team, I would basically hope that we were good enough to mount an all-out attack. And if I remember right, these people were slightly superior to us. I didn't use XVM. I was really dumb about that. I confess I should have used it and taken full advantage of the information that it offered that would illuminate so many aspects of the game that I was in the dark about. So I regret that very much, but that's water under the bridge. Like I'm saying, that enemy team, because we had two arties, they should have attacked us. All-out attack, wolf pack, essentially a giant wolf pack, and they've got the HP, they've got the lack of arty, which means that they stand a greater chance of being worn down in a prolonged battle than we do. So I think they made a mistake. They settled for a battle of attrition and a static warfare, sort of like it was a pub, and there were tactical opportunities available to the commander that he did not take advantage of. So I'm going to hit the spacebar here, and you can all guess where I'm going. Out into the field. I'll just go at twice normal speed here.
Let's go.
And I'll show you. That's too bad about the FPS here, but not much I can do about it. As I said in my previous video, there's all sorts of weird stuff that happens when you hit the spacebar in these old replays. So I'm heading out in the field, and I've got two arties. We had played a lot of games, and you'll see. Look at the layout of our heavies and our light tanks covering the flank, and there's a Centurion out there that didn't see me yet. Now the T-69 did see me, and watch what happens. I believe he hits me with one shot right there. Bam. Oh, see, I'm looking backwards and I crash into stuff there. I just got hit, tracked by the T-69, and I'm pretty lucky there not to die, but who dares wins sometimes. Now, okay, the Centurion's out of the game. I think that's a misuse of that vehicle. It makes no sense whatsoever. They can cover the flank Just get the vehicle with the best view range over at G6. That's all you need to do. If you're going to go out there, go heavy or don't go at all. And he was isolated and vulnerable from a converging field of fire there from several of our vehicles, and I think the arty might have hit him too. So I was hit by that T-69, and this would happen a lot. As you can see, there's no vehicles illuminated right now, and I'm calling in an arty strike. So watch what I believe Chuck 90. I said, get over here. I want you to be able to shoot that T-69 for me. And like I say, oftentimes people would settle for a prolonged battle of wits. Now it could be the M40. You know, they're letting us do this stuff, right? And I think I didn't really want to bring 2 arty, but maybe that was all that was available. Okay, here comes the M40, so I'm just going to wait for him here. Our heavies are covering those avenues of approach in the buildings. The light tanks are on the flank. And I just hit the red line, probably because I wasn't looking. So the M40 is coming, and I want him, you know, right over here. And I'll just wait. And once he's in position and turned around, I'll go to try to relight that T-69. And I don't want to do it too soon. Okay. So here we are. And this sort of thing was very common in those days. I don't know about now in Strongholds because I haven't done many of them. I've participated in a few. Very unhappily with the tactical dumbing down of the situation. Okay, so I'm going to try to light that T-69 and veer off the moment you get the light. And he did see me, but I've got some cover. And there's the hit from the arty. You know, loving that stuff. Okay, I'm just going to fast forward here. And my next move in a situation like this, you know, there's no arty over there to kill, but I did like to, and see this map is different now. I'm just exploring here, and it's still, they're still not attacking us, and I've already said that's a mistake, but that's what they did. So in this tank, I could often race to a advanced position deep in the enemy rear and start pestering them with this gun, which was super accurate. So let's just watch this.
Critical hit.
And I'm firing gold, of course. That was round number 37 to start with.
We just dinged him.
And 5100 is my next target. You know, in fact, the A20 in many ways was better than the T50. The armor was crap compared to the T50. But you could, the 12 kilometer an hour superior speed was very significant. And I'm not happy these rounds are not pinning. I guess it's just too far away. So, I wish I had the XVM indication of how good these guys were, but my memory is that they were rated slightly higher than we were. But like I said, they let us use what we had, and they didn't use what they had, and it was a big mistake. And I'll just fast forward here. So, they've allowed themselves to be surrounded and shot at from all points of the compass. This wasn't even assault, and they're acting sort of like it is. Oh, BTO's in trouble there. Ouch. I think Maker came in here. Yep. So there's the last IS-3. Okay, so it's game over, and I know this is a free game. I know that people have had a tremendous amount of fun in my case, or frustration in many other cases, for free. Um, that is a huge gift to the player base that get a great deal of enjoyment out of the game without contributing to it financially, except by their presence and encouraging other players to spend real money on it. And we don't have a right to complain too much, but on the other hand, I want the game to be as good as it can be, and I think that, like I said earlier, that Strongholds dumb down the nature of this kind of encounter. The good part that you didn't know the map, that was retained, but the subtlety, the variety, and the potential, in my opinion, one of the reasons that Panic did really well with a lot of poor players, I think we can be proud of our record. It had to do with the fact that a weaker team in a champion company could do something different, could do something maybe even radical, unexpected, that is not. I'm not going to say it's not available. That's too strong a word, but it's less available. And a lot of our great victories against teams that were way more experienced and skilled than we were had to do, I think, with that. And they took it out of the game, and I'm not happy. And I don't think they'll ever bring it back. I don't know what their ideas are about offering clans something new, something different, something exciting. But I wish they would bring back the tier point system, keep the strongholds resource allocation and winning and taking away and credit system, but bring back the opportunity for different classes of vehicles to participate. I haven't even mentioned, we've got a T-71 here, a KZ Business 1390, that would still happen. Arty, light tanks, variety is the spice of life, and it's not spicy anymore. So game over, and I hope you enjoyed the video.